Hey gang, it's Bob Bannister with you here for another edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project. Welcome into another edition. And by the way, do us a favor, click that like, share, and subscribe button. Let us know. Maybe there's somebody you'd like us to talk to as well. Maybe you're from a different part of Canada and you know of a great kick-ass band that we shouldn't be aware of as well. Let us know. We'll get in contact with them and see what we can do about promoting them as well. On this edition of Rock Talk on CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project, we're talking to a band from a town that I know pretty well. My grandparents lived there as I was growing up, and coincidentally, where they are is just around the corner from where my grandparents used to live. So small world, really. The name of the band is Storm Giant. It's a two-piece band out of Brampton, Ontario, and these guys play some pretty cool rock. You're going to hear there's a little bit of Tony Iommi influence. They're into some pretty cool stuff, and I think we're going to be hearing some more really great stuff from these boys in the very near future. So let's step into the studio, sit down, and have a chat with Storm Giant on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project. All right, and as promised, joining us from Brampton, Ontario, we have got Sean, we have got Aaron, and they're from the band Storm Giant. Welcome to Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project. Welcome in, guys.
Thank you.
Good. Thanks for having us.
You're quite welcome. Now, give us the story of Storm Giant. Who is Storm Giant?
Storm Giant was a fun project that didn't have any intention of necessarily being a serious project. But when I moved to Brampton, I saw this guy walking across the street, and we knew each other from high school.
Yeah.
Right.
But we've been in separate bands between high school and now, and
For about a decade and stuff, we were kind of separated in our own projects. And then he was running down the street in his car, and I was walking down the street, and he said, "Yo," and he had this wonderful setup that you see behind us. So.
yeah, little hangout, we call this the dungeon. We record down here, we rehearse down here, everything. Yeah.
Kind of like the Kiss vault.
Well, it happens to be a little, well, I guess the secret's out now, but I was trying to not tell people I'm a Kiss fan.
The t-shirt was a dead giveaway, dude.
Yeah. I didn't go to the concert, I swear. No, that's good. But we did our first jam, and we had a little phone recording. It was about an hour and a half, 2 hour recording. And we looked back and said, wow, there's about 10 really good half songs just based on the first jam. So we decided to try and hash out a few of the songs, and they became really great songs.
And then we made an agreement that we would put out a song every month.
Yes.
And so that's kind of been like every single month we get a song cranked out and then recorded. And that's kind of been the motivating factor behind it.
Yeah.
So is that where your creative process came from? Is just sitting down and just jamming out and seeing what
Yeah. Yeah.
right on. So do we have plans of putting out a full-length project, or is it just the way that things are going now in 2026 where artists are just releasing singles all the time?
Yeah, singles like Waterfalling your music seems to reach more people, I think, because I was saying before to Aaron and to a few other people, but nobody today seems to have the attention span to necessarily digest a 10 or 12 song album all in one go. You release the album, people will listen to maybe 1 to 4 songs, and then, oh, I'll listen to the rest later, but never come back to it. If you do one song a month, they have 31 days to hear that one song before the next one comes out.
That's right.
It gives a lot of focus power too. You know what I mean? Like that one song is just that. But like you were saying, maybe at the end we'll try to just collect them all into what we've done during the whole entire year, right?
Yeah, maybe after we release 10 singles, Then on something on like Spotify, we'll
Right.
release the best of Storm Giant as our first album.
There you go. There you go. Or you get people like me who've got like literally a 3 minute commute to work,
Yeah.
and you can only have time to listen to one song
Well,
only.
exactly.
That's fair.
Exactly.
And that's fair, you know what I mean? And then you get to discover other things by yourself if you so choose.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So have you guys been playing any live gigs?
We did one live gig at the start of the month, January 3rd, at the Rock Pile in Toronto.
Okay,
We, uh,
yep.
we were a part of an amazing event called Walter Stock, this was the fourth anniversary of it. And we got asked last minute to put, there was two spots that were opened up. And we got asked last minute to join a spot. And
They
the promoter said, well, it's only a 15-minute set because there's 30 bands, so each band gets 15 minutes. And I thought, well, great, we only have three
15
songs.
minutes. I said we have he said we have 12.
Yeah, we have
We
12
do
minutes of
12
music, so that
minutes.
15-minute slot is perfect for us.
And it was a benefit gig, so that was really cool. It was our first gig out, so
Yeah, the
Oh,
charity
that's
ended up
awesome.
raising about like $8,000 for children's music schools in the GTA.
Oh, that's great. That's great. It's always nice to see when you've got local musicians and the local music scene teaming up to raise some funds for a really,
Exactly.
really great cause.
Yeah.
So who would you guys say that aside from Kiss and I can see Zeppelin and GNR, who are your major influences?
well, like okay, like for me personally, I spend most of my time listening to like 90s hip hop.
Okay.
So that's like a really big influence on my drumming. But other than that, like bands like Dead Meadow, the Brian Jonestown Massacre were big influences on me personally. And I know Sean has different places that he comes from.
Yeah. But I mean, I come from more of a, as you can see here, but in the riff writing for Storm Giant, I find a lot of my Black Sabbath influences coming through.
Right, right. Yeah, I can hear a little bit of Tony
Right.
in your playing there, and
Thank you. I
you're
appreciate
right.
that.
Hey, no worry. I mean, when I'm a music junkie. Well, as my wife calls it, I'm a music addict. Yeah, so,
Oh man.
I'm
We
sorry. What
can
was it?
see that too in your place of
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
bullshit.
I got my Jimmy. That was actually
Yep.
a jean jacket. I had a guy that I worked with years ago, and he painted that on my jean jacket. That's the only part of the jacket that survived.
That's the best part then, eh?
That is dope.
Absolutely. And then all my 45s that I've collected over the years. But I think music is I don't want to judge anybody for their choice in music. Like you were saying, you derive your influences from 90s hip hop and whatnot. Is it fair to say that everything is melding into one nowadays?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can see well, essentially when there gets to be so much of everything,
Yeah.
eventually a lot of stuff starts to sound the same. But I think that's in mainstream music. I should correct myself and say that. But I think with us, when you listen to the drumming on certain songs that we're doing, if you just dissect the drums, you can hear that there's a 90s hip hop influence on those drum beats, right?
Hmm.
But but if you listen to the whole song, it doesn't sound anything like a hip hop song per se.
No.
Right,
Like you
right.
were saying, you have 3 minute car rides, right? So
Yes.
you want to change your car ride every day. You're gonna have maybe a hip hop song you listen to, and then this. So you're saying everything is getting so fast that it probably is just turning into one big
Oh,
genreless genreless
one
thing.
big genre ball. Don't assume my genre.
Oh,
I can go back in my radio
man.
career. Like I've been in radio for over 30 years now, and I worked for a short time in country music radio, and a
Right.
lot of that from what I was listening to at the time in country music was basically what Leonard Skinner and the Allman Brothers were releasing in the
Yeah.
1970s.
Yes, exactly. I
You
guess because
know?
the ball keeps rolling, it's got to repeat after a certain amount of time, right?
Yes,
The
exactly.
20-year rule,
The
maybe.
20-year rule, yeah. That's
Yes.
why I guess you could say that we kind of sound very 90s-ish, is even with some of the 90s grunge bands that were out there, because they were influenced by Black Sabbath and
And Nirvana, we have to admit that is a huge influence on the 90s babies, right?
right.
I
So
mean,
I guess it's been 30 years now. We finally a grunge revival, maybe.
no, don't laugh about it because I've been talking to some other acts across Canada and around the world, and that's exactly what's going on right now. There's a great band out of
Right,
Halifax, Sunstroke Caravan, and they're full on grunge, and they're
right.
they're
Check
starting to
that out.
take off.
And the gear changes too over the years, right? So you can play grunge riffs, but you have a bunch of gear that was not there when
Yeah,
No,
they're like.
digital pedal boards now. You can get any sound you want out of one pedal board.
So like we say,
exactly.
take a few things, put them together, and you get something beautiful, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. So, what's the biggest challenge as a band that you guys have faced so far?
Ooh. Trying to and for me as a writer, I would say coming into the Storm Giant project, we want to have a universal sound. Like we want consistency overall, right? But at the same time, we don't want the songs to sound the same. So we find ourselves, oh, I played a riff like that in the last song. I can't play that kind of riff in this next song. Or Aaron said while we were recording the last track, he goes, I don't want this drum fill to sound like the drum fills I was doing in the last song. So
Yeah, pushing always, you know what I mean?
trying to
Like,
keep it simple, but always growing and making it different too.
Right, right. I get that totally. So, what's on the radar for the rest of 2026? I know we're only literally a month completed into it, but looking down the road,
More well, I can tell you this: every month there'll be a new Storm Giant
yeah,
song. I
there
can
you
tell you
go.
that.
and a new video, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
we're doing.
expanding that as well, and just like playing around with that craft. And
I,
then when summertime happens, gigs.
yeah, we're trying to get the ball rolling to so when summer does hit and more people are going out to gigs, that's when we're gonna really jump on playing more and more live shows.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, though, I know that back in the day, the Thunderbird Hotel in Brampton, I'm aging myself by saying that was a place for where bands could go and play. What's the scene like now, or do you have to go into Toronto to play
I mean,
most of the time?
if you want options, you got to go into Toronto. In Brampton, that I've learned, you could play any pub or any bar, really. But as far as music oriented venues, there's
Yeah.
spot one.
Yeah, that's about it. But
That's about it.
there's not a lot of real venues. So yeah, you go to Toronto, Guelph is always fun to go to.
Hamilton, yeah.
Hamilton's fun once in a while.
Yeah, you got to hit the major cities, which means you got to drive. But at the same
Right.
time, it also means more people are going to see you.
That's right. That's right.
It pays itself off.
So in comparing though, how would you compare the scene, or I shouldn't say the scene, but playing in say the Hammer to playing in Guelph, Kitchener, Cambridge, you
I
know?
think from my experience personally, the original music scene in all those cities is very much similar to each one's pretty much similar to themselves. I have noticed in Brampton, there's more of a cover band scene going on.
Very much so.
There's a lot of cover bands playing everywhere in Brampton, not so much the original scene.
And Sean's rule when he tried to entice me into playing drums was no covers.
Yeah,
And I was like, okay.
yeah. I don't want to fall back on how convenient it is to just be a cover band and get a gig every weekend, because cover bands can do that. Original
Yes.
bands, you want a really good gig with really good other original bands, you got to look, you got to search, you got to meet people, you got to play some bad gigs.
No, that's okay. It's okay. There's no language barrier on here. I click on the YouTube thing that it's not for kids. So
Oh, good. Yeah, so I can get naked now. Good.
No, I thought we said we weren't doing
Yeah.
that. But no, yeah, I'm stoked for the summertime because by that time we're gonna have like you were saying, like putting out we're probably gonna have enough songs that it's gonna be a big chunk that we can like go out and just crank a show out and really,
Yeah.
really show people what we
I was looking at I didn't tell you yesterday I got the invite to apply for a bunch of music festivals
okay.
from a promoter that I know. And so right now I'm looking at Gussapalooza. I don't know if you've heard of that festival.
Not yet. No.
No, yeah, okay. It's been going on for a few years now, and it's only or like from what I remember, it's only original like indie kind of bands. So you're not going to be set up with like, oh, there's an AC/DC tribute. Well, people are going to go see that more than come see music they've never heard, right?
Right.
But this festival focuses on originality and local and indie and things like that. So I think it's something we should jump into, but that's late August, I believe.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to look into that because that is what I'm aiming to do with the Red, White, and Maple Rock project is promote
Very nice.
indie rock from coast to coast to coast
Yeah.
here in Canada.
Yeah.
Because I feel that's sorely missed. I mean, it's a market that's untapped, and it definitely needs exposure.
We're Canadian. We're kind of quiet, and
Yeah.
people don't know that there's a lot of really great stuff happening here.
Yeah,
So
in the local
we
scene,
appreciate you doing this kind of thing because it takes people who are fiends like you, as your wife said, an addict.
Yeah. This is a platform for all music addicts to learn more about more addiction with the
Canadian
music.
music. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I don't smoke, I don't drink, so it's like that's my addiction right there, you know.
That's good. Like, that's everything to you now. Music is everything.
Good
It
man.
is. It is. I hit that 50 mark and it's like, okay, that's it. I'm quitting everything except music.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
Just don't touch my potato chips and we'll be fine.
I agree with that,
Yeah, me
man.
too. Seriously, you need something.
Right.
Absolutely. So you guys said you've only played one gig yet, but have you guys had a Spinal Tap moment in that gig?
I mean, yeah. So we should. I mean, this is nobody's fault. I'm not trying to place blame by any means here. We were supposed to play this gig. We did play the gig at the Rock Pile,
Yep.
and we were supposed to go on at 7:15. But again, there's 30 bands all
Yes.
day long. We show up at 6 o'clock, thinking,
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
but yeah, it's a lot of work to get every band on and off stage. I get that. So we show up at 6, and we walk in the front door, and it's, guys, where are you? You're supposed to be on stage sound checking right now.
Oh.
And we're scrambling. Half my shit is still in the fucking car. I gotta run back.
But yo, that gig was cool because most of the bands, 95% of the bands were cover bands.
Yeah.
And we
Okay.
only had 3 originals. So it was like kind of like that might have been like our standout moment because everybody was like, who are these guys? And they
Yeah.
all loved it.
And it was a good response from the crowd, considering we kind of stood out being an original only band, right?
Right.
But going back to that story, was I have an Ace Frehley modded out smoking guitar. And I
Nice.
brought it on stage thinking I'll light it off on the last song. So I go to light it off and the fucking thing doesn't go off. So I look a little embarrassed. I put the guitar back in the case, drive home, put it in the basement, wake up the next morning. What the hell smells like smoke in the basement?
Oh,
Didn't
no.
the fucking smoke bomb go off inside the case? It's full of soot.
Yeah.
The black lining is now all gray and white. The guitar stinks.
Yeah, great. It was great. I missed my drum cue and everything
Oh, yeah, he blew a cymbal right off the stand mid-song.
because of that. Because of that. But it was so
Note to self, take the smoke bomb out before you put the guitar away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
well, you weren't there, man. It was like,
Yeah,
he
where
needed
was that
you.
advice
He
that
needed
night?
you.
So all in all, I would say like that night went well. We played well. It was great crowd reaction, but there were little things throughout the entire night that added up to, yeah, this is kind of like a Spinal Tap thing.
Yeah.
What could go
Everything
wrong did go
everything
wrong.
went wrong, and it was great.
Yeah.
But so many wrongs made a complete right then.
Oh, that's exactly. We ended up turning wrong so many times. It ended up being okay, a full circle.
Just kept circling back.
Yeah.
It's like the Purolator driver can only make right turns all the way around.
Yeah, exactly. Only right hand turns. Eventually, you're going left.
We dropped it off after a while.
Yeah.
So everybody's got one of these, and it's that song that you hear on the radio or whatever. You go, damn, I wish I wrote that. What's that for you guys?
Are we talking like any song?
Any
ever, or-
song comes on the radio, and you just go, damn, I wish I wrote that.
Well, there's a couple new ones. I mean, well, okay, I can say when Greta Van Fleet first came out, and I heard Highway Tune.
Yeah.
This is before they were big or anything like that, right? I thought that's like a mix of AC/DC and Led Zeppelin kind of rock and roll. And then I learned how to play the song and thought I could fucking write this.
They
Like,
grabbed that one out of the ether.
yeah, they really wrote a really good one.
And how about
You said radio though, so like you mean like actual like on the radio things anybody would know?
or any song you might hear on your Spotify or your iTunes or whatever.
There's a plethora. I will say this, for as much as I like Kiss, there's a plethora of Kiss songs I wish I had never have written or even heard sometimes. But then you got songs by like Black Sabbath. Like I wish I wrote Snowblind. I wish I wrote
God,
Into the
yeah.
Void, you know?
Okay, Anemone by the Brian Jonestown Massacre.
Yeah.
If I had written that, I would love to have just been like, hey, I've never done or Venus in First by the Velvet Underground.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Like I hate to say it, that's like, but yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a handful of songs that I would say I wish I wrote, but most recently
Hours.
yeah, there's
Hours.
yeah.
I wish we wrote hours and we are.
I wish they were on the radio.
I wish well we are.
Yeah, it's true.
Right on, right on. So before we wrap things up here, guys, I like to do this little thing called this or that, and it's nothing to do with music, just top of the head questions, top of the head answers.
Cool.
If you're ready, we'll launch into it. I think we're gonna do the Canadian edition this time around.
That works.
I know something about living there.
Ball cap or toque?
Oh, ball cap.
Too.
Butter tart or poutine?
Poutine.
Poutine.
Maple syrup or honey?
Honey.
Honey.
Fries or onion rings?
Oh.
Fries.
What kind of fries?
Oh.
Oh.
Are we talking extra crispy fries? Because I'll get down with that over onion rings any day. But if you're talking like soggy ass fucking fries,
Burlington Beach fries, 100%.
Okay, now you caught me on a technicality. You win. Okay, all right. You guys can give me all the shit for this that you want to. Leafs or Habs?
Leafs, because they'll never win.
I want them to never win.
The Habs will win again, whether we support them or not. The Leafs.
And now we just lost fans because I said that. No. I'm sorry.
We'll edit that one out.
Yeah, can you like that? Like,
Yes, I can.
Leafs or Habs.
And finally, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I just ate it last night, but it's got to have hot peppers with it too.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
preferably no, but I'll eat it. Oh, that's
and we got to give credit to our friends in the West Coast because they're the ones that created pineapple on pizza, the Hawaiian pizza.
That's it. I heard about that too.
Yes. All right, Sean. All right, Aaron from Storm Giant. It has been an absolute blast to have you guys on this edition of Rock Talk. Take a moment and please shamelessly self-promote the band.
Storm Giant, we just dropped a brand new song only on YouTube for now. It's called It Floats. Sorry, Georgie. It's about
whatever. If you get it, you get it.
Yeah, if you get it, you get it. Go check out the new video. It's Storm Giant YouTube.
And look out for us every single month. Every single month, something new's gonna drop. And thank you, Pop, for all. Like, this is great, man.
Yeah, check our Facebook for updates every day.
Very, very cool. Again, thank you guys for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk. Don't forget, guys, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It helps us out. It keeps you informed. And we'll catch you again on another edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project.